रस से भरोरी राधा रानी लागे, महारानी लागे, मन कारो कारो जिंदगी को परी लागे।
Radhe
Radhe राधे गोविंद भज राधे राधे जीवने मरने गति और नाही मोह राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोह युगल किशोर। श्री श्री राधा गोविंद देव की जय।
Yes, take 4 minutes.
Okay, Maharaj. This is Maharaj. Gopal small daughter. So pull her up with a speed with the kirtan. I told her already.
What's the name?
Rasapura.
Rasapura.
Yeah, she went in the Rasapura. So tonight we would like to present to you Siddhanti Maharaj. Many of you might know hear about him, so Yashoda will tell you. So please come and introduce Maharaj that everyone will know.
Very good,
There's
everyone.
nothing to hide.
Sripad Siddhanti Maharaj was born in November 1972. In 1995, he left home and stayed in Sri Vrindavan. In 1997, he met his spiritual master, Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, and took full refuge in his lotus feet. He took initiation from him and was named Krishna Kripa Das Brahmachari. After Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj went into the internal pastimes of the divine couple, Sri Sri Radha Krishna and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna Kripa Das took shelter from Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Srila Gurudev in 1999. Krishna Kripa Das became involved in the publishing seva of Srila Gurudev's books and magazines, especially for the Hindi books and magazines. In November 2010, Srila Gurudev gave sannyas to Krishna Kripa Brahmachari. He was then given the name Swami Bhakti Vedanta Siddhanti Maharaj. Since then, Sripad Siddhanti Maharaj has established a center in Faridabad and Ambala and travels all over the world to proclaim the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and especially the message of Srimad Bhagavat Katha. He is known for his Bhagavat Saptahas, 7 days of Bhagavat Katha. Sripad Siddhanti Maharaj was deeply involved in their personal seva in the final stages of the pastimes of both Srila Pramod Goswami Maharaj and Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. He put Srila Gurudev in Samadhi posture on December 29, 2010, after his departure in Sri Jagannath Puri. Hare Krishna.
Gopal will say something. Few words. Please come. His name is Gopal, but his surname Govind. Govind bolo, Gopal bolo. Please come. Say few words. Very good, Vedanta.
Om Guyana Timirandasya Guyana Jana Salapya Chakshunilitami Tasmai Shri Guru Namo Vishnu Paraya Radhikaya Priyatma Shri Sri Timiranta Narada Vanchakalpa Pradesha Kripa Sindhu Chakritam Vaishya Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Shri Sripad. So, by the mercy of Hari Guru Vaishnava, he once more again have the opportunity to assemble his satsang. Moreover, we have an extra tonight, and for the next 7 days, we have with us Om Vishnu Parasuru Bhaktivedanta Siddhanti Maharaj. Siddhanti Maharaj ki jai. In spite of the COVID, in spite of all the troubles and all the problems in this world, still volunteer to come on our request to give us some special mercies and blessings. So Maharaj, once more we thank you to be here with us. And we hope that your divine blessing will shower upon us.
ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै सदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। अजानुलम्बितो भुजो कनकवदातो संकीर्तनैकपित्रो कमलायताक्षो विशम्बरो द्विजभरो युगधर्मपालो वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरो करुणावतारो। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपीकांत राधाकांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। राधा चिंतनिवेशिनं यस्य कान्तिविलोकिता श्रीकृष्ण चरणं वन्दे राधालिङ्कितं विग्रहम्। दिव्यर्विन्दनकद्रुमदा श्रीमद्रत्नगारशृङ्गासनस्थौ श्री श्रीराधाशिलगोविन्दे गाये प्रेष्ठालिम्बिः सेव्यमानं स्मरामि। श्रीमन्रासरसारम्भि वंशीवटततस्थिता कर्षन् वेणुस्वनिर्गोपीर्गोपीनाथ श्रेयसुतः। वृन्दाय तुलसी देवी प्रियाय केशवस्य च कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदे देवी सत्यवते नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। All together, please raise your hands. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Loudly, one more time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yes, that's the best one. First of all, I pay my humble obeisances at the divine lotus feet of my Guru Maharaj, Nitilila Purush Om Vishnupad Stotra Shri Srimad Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, and similarly to my Shiksha Gurudevs, Nitilila Purush Om Vishnupad Stotra Bhakti Vedanshila Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and Nitilila Purush Om Vishnupad Bhakti Vigyanshila Bharti Goswami Maharaj. I pay my honorable Dandavat pranams to Srila Bhakti Siddhanti Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada and to all his prominent associates, Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, Shri Srimad Bhakti Raksha Shridhar Goswami Maharaj, Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanshila Swami Maharaj Prabhupada. My Dandavat pranams to the lotus feet of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all his associates, to Shri Shri Radha Govind Dev and his parikaras. My respectful welcome and obeisances to all respected Vaishnav and Vaishnavis and our respected guests here. Thank you so much for kind invitation, bringing me over here first time in Guyana, which I found very similar to India. Yeah, very similar. So somebody asked me, how you like Guyana? I said, by staying here, I feel more I'm Indian. And now, in this Sri Radha Govindji temple, with Sri Radha Govindji, with his divine darshan, his appearance, and amongst all devotees here, especially Shri Gopal Prabhu, is very kind and very humble. So just little background of my visit here. Sripad Ramanath Prabhu from New York, he approached me that he approached me saying that devotees there, oh, one more. They want to invite me in Guyana. So I was happy, but there was some circumstances which was going on all over the world. So I was waiting for the time to come here, actually very excited, because I was hearing a lot about Guyana and wonderful devotees here, especially families like Kamalakant Prabhu, Gopal Prabhu, Prem Prabhu, and where is Gajendra Prabhu? Yes. Some devotees, families I am familiar with, some I am not familiar with, but now I am going to be familiar in these days. I will try my best to serve you. Whatever I heard and learned from my Gurudev, from my Guru Vargas, I will try to repeat their words so that all auspiciousness can come to us. So this is how it started. And then Gopal Prabhu called me. I was in New York, was staying by Shukdev Prabhu, his family, wonderful, sweet family. And he said, Maharaj, can you come for the inauguration of this temple? Shri Govindji, Gauriya Math. I said, well, it was already there in my head. Ramanath Prabhu told me, well, I can come. And just when I said I can come, he became emotional. I heard a phone call. He started crying. And that also affected me and Shukdev Prabhu. Everyone was sitting there because we were on loudspeaker. Everyone was so melted by hearing his faltering of voice, and his heart was melting, that I agreed to come. And not that I'm agreed to come, but there will be inauguration of this beautiful temple. It's like a kunja, Srila Gurudev kunja in Guyana. And who stays in the kunja? Radha Govindji. This is a kunja. And so much efforts, he put so much efforts to build this temple. For whom? For all of us. For the speaker, for the audience, respected Vaishnavas, guests who are going to come and stay here. And so many festivals we're going to hold here. Janmashtami, Radhashtami, Gaur Purnima, Narshi Chaturdashi, Ramanavami. There are so many festivals. So great opportunity by inaugurating this temple to come along and celebrate all festivals together. Because if we're going to celebrate alone, it's not very much entertaining and it's not a big fun. But when we all together, if any visiting sannyasi preacher comes over, very good. It can be celebrated in a grand way. So everything about the temple is auspicious. Who introduced this system of establishing temple? Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, the founder of Gaudiya Math, he introduced the system of Gaudiya Math. Prior to him, there was no centers. Prior to him, there were so many sadhus, pure devotees, but they were more in performing bhajan in very seclusion. But Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, he got direct order from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Direct order from his worshipable, from his Ishta. Srila Prabhupada didn't start this by his own. After his Gurudev, Srila Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Thakur, if you are all familiar with this, yes? How many are familiar with the names? Bhakti Thakur, Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj, yes. All devotees there. When they left this planet, Srila Prabhupada was totally sad and morose. And in the separation from his Gurudevs, he started chanting 100 billion holy names. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared and it instructed Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, instructed him, I didn't send you this planet to chant holy name. I sent you for preaching. This words coming directly from Sri Chaitanya Dev, Sri Mahaprabhu, who is not different from Krishna. Radha Krishna Milit Tanu. Radha Govind, right? Or we can say Govind Radha. So just take Ga from Govind and Ra from Radha. What it becomes? Gaura. When Radha and Govind combine together, they become Gaura, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They directly ordered Srila Prabhupada. He directly ordered Prabhupada, you must go and preach. And what Srila Prabhupada said, how can I preach? For preaching I need man, I need money. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I will supply man and I will supply money. I will supply. Supply will be there. You just go and start preaching. So then Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, he introduced establishing Gaudiya Math Center, the very first center in the city Kolkata. It was one rented house, not a complete center like this, rented house. And then he started preaching from there, and so many young boys from very high class, rich families, very intellectual, scholarly, they all came and joined Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, took shelter from him, initiation from him, and on his order they also started preaching. And preaching spread it all over the country India. And Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada, he established 64 centers in country India. And one of his dear disciples, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who crossed the ocean and came to Western world, and he established 108 centers all over the world. And not only him, all disciples of Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada established centers. It's very important to have a center. Very important. So there is a gross understanding and there is a subtle understanding of the center. There can be, I was asked one question, because I am also building one center in India, and it's near Kurukshetra, where Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita. Just 30 minutes drive from Kurukshetra. It's not completed yet. It's almost 60% done. So when I was preaching in that area, one gentleman asked a question after the class. Very interesting. He said, you also establishing one temple, and there are already 100 temples here. Because in India, every street has one temple. There are already 100 of temples here. What is the need of establishing one more temple?
What is greatness about this? There are already so many temples. I said, I'm not establishing temples like you have in streets. I'm establishing Gaudiya Math. So what is the difference? It's the same thing. No. So much difference. In general temples, we go and we pay obeisances. We bow down to the deities. We seek blessings to due respect. And the Panditji gave us some prasad. We give some donation. That's it. I'm not speaking about every temple, but most of the temple, even in India, what to speak of around the world. I've been in Australia, I've been America, all over America, all Hindu temples, Australia, Fiji, New Zealand, all these places, even Malaysia, all these countries. Same setup. Just go there, have darshan, pay obeisances. Pujari ji will give some prasad, charnamrit, give donation, that's it. But there is no one to tell us why he is known as Bhagavan. What to speak of Western world? In India, we ask any Panditji, please, I'm not disrespecting any Panditji, I'm not challenging anyone. That's not my mood, but I'm just telling you one story. I respect everyone. We asked Panditji, why the personality who's standing there, it was Radha Krishna, and the next door was Sita Ram Lakshman. Why they are known as Bhagwan? He said, because they are Bhagwan. That's why we call them Bhagwan. But what is the meaning of Bhagwan? What is the meaning of Krishna? What is the meaning of Govinda? What is the meaning of Gopal? It's not that simple to just say. Complete philosophy is there. Srimad Bhagavatam teachings are there. Bhagavad Gita is there. So every religion, Srila Prabhupada used to say this. Religion without philosophy is just mere sentiments. Just sentiments. It's religion but without philosophy. And philosophy without religion has no use. If there is only philosophy but there is no religion backed by highlighting that religion, it's no use. Srila Prabhupada used to say. So religion and philosophy both has to be together. So what is the meaning of Bhagwan? Any personality who holds 6 opulences incomplete is known as Bhagwan. Like if anyone here knows little Hindi. If anyone here knows Hindi? No. Okay. There's a word called Dhanvan. You heard before? Dhanvan? Okay. Doesn't matter. Dhanvan means one who has so much wealth. It's called Dhanvan. Then there is a word called Vidyavan. One who is very much knowledgeable is called Vidyavan. Bhagyavan. One who has very good fortune is called Bhagyavan. That's in the same term, the word is Bhagwan. What is Bhagwan? This word has 2 syllables. Bhagwan. One means one who holds. What? Bhag. What is Bhag? Just 2 words. 2 small syllables. Bhag. Bhag. Is what? 6 opulence of the Lord. Krishna. Aishwarasya, Samagrasya, Virasya, Yasasya, Shriya, Gyan, Vairagyasya. Complete opulence in one person. Complete strength, complete fame, complete beauty, complete knowledge, and complete renunciation. These are 6 opulences of the Lord. One who holds this incomplete is known as Bhagavan. I said this is the difference in Gaudiya Math and temple. In Gaudiya Math, philosophy is there, education is there, teachings is there. Why we have to worship Radha Govinda? What is the meaning of Krishna? Again, Krishna means one who is all attractive. That we know because he is Supreme Lord, obviously all attractive. But Krishi Bhu Vachko Shabda Nacha Nivritta Vachaka. Krish means one who is very beautiful and he holds all opulences. And Na means his source of all bliss. His source of all bliss. Because he is source of all bliss, anyone who comes to him or he chants his name or surrender to him also get what? Bliss. That's why when we are outside, there's so much problems, right? Every house, every family, every individual, every country, every society, some problem or the other, right or wrong. But when we come to the temple, nice kirtan, some class, lecture, harikatha, it gives so much soothing to the heart. Yeah, some little relief. I'm breathing here now. You can give one slogan outside. Walk in and breathe. Because outside you can't breathe. There's so much suffocation. There's so much restlessness. There's so much problems. And this is temple of Krishna. Not only ordinary temple. This is Gaudiya Math, where the teachings of Krishna and the pastimes of Krishna is being discussed. Where staying, one can practice one's Krishna consciousness on a daily basis. Chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, following Ekadashi, doing Parikrama of Radha Govinda, watering Tulasi, doing Arati, Guru Puja, all these activities is what? Practicing Krishna consciousness. And what happens while practicing Krishna consciousness? The consciousness gets elevated. What is the difference between an ordinary person and a devotee? What is the difference between a human life and an animal life? Ahar, Nidra, Bhai, Mathuscha. Animals, we have so many street dogs, same like India. Cows, donkey, bull. I was watching everything today. But less in number. India we have more. So what is their daily schedule from morning to night? Only focus on 4 things. Eating, sleeping, mating and defending. That's all. They have no other consideration beyond this. All the time searching for eating, and when they're tired they go sleep, produce children, and if anyone comes to harm them, to protect themselves. That's it. Human life, which is very rare and a rare gift given by God, given by Krishna to us, which have consciousness and very elevated consciousness, not to live like ordinary animals or birds or aquatics. Something more to be known. What is to be known? Known about Krishna. And therefore, all philosophy starts with a question. Athato Brahma Jigyasa. All philosophy starts with question. You read Srimad Bhagavatam. How many cantos in Bhagavatam? How many cantos? 12. Yes. How many verses? Yashoda? 18,000 verses. Very good. Thank you. Srimad Bhagavatam has 12 cantos and 18,000 verses. What Bhagavatam explains to us about Bhagavad Dharma. So this is called practicing Krishna consciousness to elevate one's consciousness. Reading Bhagavatam every day, etc., etc., etc. So this is one point. What will happen with that? Gradually reading Bhagavatam, coming to the higher level of understanding and consciousness about what Radha Krishna do in Vrindavan. What is their relationship? Is Radharani married to Krishna? Yes? Yes? Yeah. You don't know? No. Who's married to Krishna? Rukmani. But we don't have temple of Rukmani Krishna. All over the world, wherever you go, you see temple of Radha and Krishna. Radha Govind, Radha Krishna. What they do? Now there is two aspects. One is called Tattva and other is called Rasa, Vichara. So let us go into Vrindavan Dham. Have you been to Vrindavan Dham? How many of you? Vrindavan? 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 Hi. Yes. So when you go Vrindavan, what you hear there? What is that? You can't hear. I don't believe you ever been to Vrindavan. They don't speak that soft. Yes, loudly. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Loudly. Even shop, everyone speak Radhe Radhe, right? Because we just sang. Braj Dham Radha Juki Rajdhani Lage Rajdhani Lage Mano Karo Karo Jamna Ji Ko Pani Lage. Radha Rani, Vrindavan Dham is the heart of Radha Rani. Annir man man, more man Vrindavan. Mane wane ek kori mani. Vrindavan Dham is the heart of Radha Rani. So anyone who goes to Vrindavan develops this mood, I want to become servant of Radha Rani. Krishna being very naughty in Vrindavan, and no one believes that he is Bhagwan in Vrindavan. No one believes it. And he also don't want to pose himself as Bhagwan in Vrindavan. He likes to have relationship in Vrindavan. With Mother Yashoda, his darling son. With friends, is very friendly to them, climbing on their shoulder, jumping on them, snatching food from their mouth. And friends also snatching food from their mouth. Pure relationship, without any formal relationship. There is no formality, because no one believes Krishna, Supreme Lord, in Vrindavan. Outside Vrindavan, everyone worship Krishna. In Vrindavan, no one worship Krishna, they love Krishna. Worship and love is two different things. Worship means there is some distance, there is some reverence, there is some respect, and there is also some fear. Understand? In Vrindavan, no fear. What to speak of the eternal associates of the Lord? Even those who are in Vrindavan and absorbed in that bhajan of Radha Krishna with any mood, they never believe Krishna is Supreme Lord. I'll give you one example. There is one temple near Jamuna. There was one Mataji, very old. And if you have heard or seen, maybe in Guyana, years back, they used to have those grinding Yeah? Grinding water. To grind what? Wheat and all? You still have here? No, it's obsolete now. Now we have machines. But our mother and grandmother, granny, they all used to do this, grinding. So one old Mataji, her work was to grind that wheat and selling flour in the market. So early morning she started grinding, early morning 4 o'clock, Brahmurata. And one day Gopal came, rubbing his eyes. Why are you disturbing me? It's so much noise. Stop this grinding. And Mataji, she chastised Gopal. Hey Gopal, go and sit in your altar. Otherwise I will give you a slap. Gopal ran away there. She has no fear. She don't believe Krishna is Supreme Lord. She only believes Gopal is my son. That's it. So intimate relationship is there. No formal relationship. Very informal. Gopal, go and sit on your altar. Gopal immediately ran there. And she's continuing her grinding. Next day again this same thing happened. Gopal again came. I'm sleeping early in the morning. You're disturbing me with your noise. Can't you do this later? Hey Gopal, go back. He ran away. This was happening every day. This disturbance every day. One day Gopal became very angry. He came and he stepped over. He put his feet on that grinding motor. He said, now you try to move this. Let me see how much power you have. And now she's trying. Oh, it's not happening, it's not happening. Hey Gopal, what you did? You spoiled my work. She started weeping and crying. You think I'm doing this for my maintenance and my survival? No Gopal, no. I'm doing this all because of you. Because I know you like butter, I know you like milk, I know you like yogurt, I know you like sandesh, I know you like all sweets. How will I arrange all these things without work? I'm doing this only because of you, Gopal, and you spoiled my work today. Oh my son, how am I going to feed you with all this sweets and all? She started crying and weeping. And Gopal also started crying. Tiny little hands is wiping the tears of that Mataji. Say, mother, what do you think? I don't know that you're doing this for me, and that's why it was giving me pain. In this old age, you need to just relax and chant and look after your health. And you're so much caring for me. I didn't like this idea. I have so many people who can feed me sweets. But from you, I'm only expecting love. That's it. She said, whatever you say, Gopal, whatever you say, I don't believe. I only want to feed you all the sweets which are your favorites. Gopal said, okay, don't worry. You know why I did this? Step over your motor and you're not able to move this anymore. You know why I did this? All problems solved. You don't have to work and I will also get sweets. She said, how? Gopal said, my footprints are impressed on this grinding motor. People all over the world will come here to have darshan, to see my footprints. And when they will come, definitely they're going to give some donation. No one just go like this. There's a tradition, there's a system. So they will offer donations here, and that will be enough for my yogurt, milk, butter, whatever you want to feed me. And you will see so much will come. You don't have to work. She started crying bitterly. So much. No, Gopal, I know no one will come here. Gopal said, you will see. So many will come. And Gopal, he gave a hug to that Mataji. They both crying and drenched each other with the tears of love. And this is what happened. The news spread it everywhere. People started coming here. Oh, the darshan of the lotus feet, the footprints of Gopal. Everyone started coming and offering obeisances there and offering so much donations there. Even now, if you go there, you can have darshan of that tiny small footprints of Krishna in that grinding mortar. Even now, very near to Jamuna. So, what is most important is in Vrindavan is love. Krishna is hungry for love, not of our respect or worship. He said, Krishna said, I don't mind if you worship me or not, but what I want and expecting is the love from you. So what does this mean? Sometimes some people have very different idea or not good impressions about Gaudiya Math philosophy. They always say, renounce, give up everything, just worship and chant, there is nothing else to do. It's not like that. You see, the gopis of Vrindavan, the inhabitants of Vrindavan, were they all sannyasis? No. But they were the preachers. They, the one who preached. All preaching started from them. What they are doing? Household activities. Gopis, they used to milk cows. They used to make cow dung patties, brooming, cleaning house, washing pots, cooking, taking care of children, all household activities they were doing. But only with the consciousness of absorbing their mind in Krishna. Their mind is always with Krishna, even though they were doing household activities. So just imagine, mothers here, you do all housework. If your mind is not with you, and if you clean or cook, there are always some mistakes, right? Mind has to be there. Mind is with someone else. How you can do household activities? There's always some mistakes. But in the activities, in the work of the gopis, there was no mistake at all. All perfect. Even though the mind was not helping them in doing those household activities, mind is not with them, mind is always with Krishna. Then how they got perfection? Srila Gurudev used to say, because every day performing the same activity, they are very much familiar and all perfection was there. Because every day they are doing this. And their mind always running after Krishna. What Shyam Sundar is doing, what Govind is doing, what Govind is doing, what Krishna is doing, what Madhav is doing. So while milking cows, they are uttering the name of Krishna, singing the glories of Krishna. Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti. And while cleaning the house, broom in their hand. A broom is just like this, cleaning. But mind is with Krishna. And while singing the glories of Krishna, you can all sing with me if you want. Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, He Krishna He Yadava He Sakheti, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti. Even while serving their husbands. Even while serving their husbands. offering them food, etc., while serving their husbands or taking care of their children, they are singing Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, He Krishna, He Yadhava, He Sakheti, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti. So they are the best preachers. The preaching starts from Golok Vrindavan. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Golokera Premadhan Harinam Sankirtan. Only one name is prevailing all over Golok Vrindavan. Everyone is just chanting one name. And that name is so attractive and full of bliss that anyone who starts chanting that name don't want to give up. There are so many wonderful devotees here, chanting from 20 years, 30 years. The same Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Isn't it boring? Doing every day? You didn't try any new one? You see? Every day, Mataji's hall, they're wearing tulsi mala, tilak, So nice to see everyone here. Chanting from so many years, the same Maha Mantra. It's not boring. It's giving so much bliss and happiness. Because Golokero Premadhan, this is the Premadhan, the wealth of love of Golok Vrindavan. Harinam Sankirtan. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought this. Harinam Sankirtan. In other words, if we want to get entrance into that realm of the loving service of Radha Govinda, we have to take shelter of this Harinam Sankirtan. In this age of Kali, there is no other means, no other means, no other means. Kalo nasteva, nasteva, nasteva gatirannata. Only and only Hare Ranam, Hare Ranam, Hare Ranam. Only the name of Krishna. Other ages, in Satyuga, the people, jivas of Satyuga, they used to sit in meditation for thousands of years. Lifespan was 100,000 years. Who were the jivas? Who were the beings in Satyuga? Just all of us. We are moving in this universe from so many ages. 100,000 years, sitting in meditation for thousands of years. 20,000, 25,000, and the only wealth was, people used to ask each other, how many thousand years you meditate? He said, I did 12,000, and you 15,000. Oh, that's the wealth. And they used to say, well, you know, Gopal, he did meditation for 50,000 years. Oh, he's very wealthy. This is how the wealth was founded. And how many thousand years you meditate on? I did for 1 week, poor person. So meditation was the only means to get proximity with Lord. Krite yadhyato vishnum tretam jajato makhi dwapar paricharjyam. In Treta Yuga, yagnas. What was the lifespan? From 100,000, just remove 1 0. How much left? 10,000. 10,000 year lifespan. And yagnas for years and years and years. Not just 1 hour or 2 hours. That was the wealth. In Dwapar Yuga, remove another 0 from 10,000. How much? 1,000 only. And the process was paricharya, means service, But when Kali Yuga, in this iron age, Kali Yuga, lifespan, remove another 0 from 1000. How much left? 100 only. 100 left. So Bhagavatam says, Prayana alpayus sabbe kalo pasib yuge janaha mand sumand matyo mand bhagye hi upaditam. In this short span of 100 years, where not very good fortune, less intelligence, not good memory, the best means and the only means which is superior than other ages is the chanting Kalo Tad Kirtanat, chanting the name of Krishna. Chanting Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam means chant, 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 chant the holy name, and life will be saved. Only means to save life, to progress life, because we have to prepare for the next life, isn't it? This is not the last or the first one. We are coming through the process for so many lifetimes. Punarapi jananam, punarapi mananam, birth, disease, old age, death. Birth, disease, old age, death. Janam, mrityu, jara, vyadi. This is going. The cycle is going on. But by coming in the process of Krishna consciousness and every day practicing, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which is not been introduced by any ordinary person or released by any ordinary person, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Radha Krishna combined, he brought this from the Golok Vrindavan, from the abode of Krishna, and this is the only wealth which is prevailing there. Golokera Premadhana Harinama Sankirtan, where everyone is just chanting the name of Krishna and absorbed in Krishna. And Krishna is very beautiful, very attractive. It's natural, huh? When we see someone who is very beautiful, we always want to see that person. Krishna's beauty is explained in Bhagavatam. Guyana, I saw a very beautiful lotus. It's also here. And when I saw this, amazing. It reminds me of the verse, first canto Bhagavatam, where mother of Pandavas, Kunti, she described the beauty of Krishna right in front of Krishna. Isn't it? If you someone approach us and say, you know what, can I say something? Yes, go ahead. You're very beautiful. Your eyes very charming. Your face very fulgent. Etc., etc., whatever it is. If anyone comes to us and say this, how it appears to us? We feel bad about this or good? Actually, very good. Kunti, Mother Kunti, right in front of Krishna, praising the Lord, describing His beauty. Because Krishna Himself, we don't know how beautiful He is. This is something very strange. If I see a mirror, if I'm a good-looking person, I will consider, yeah, I'm a good-looking person. I can understand some of my beauty. And if I see someone more beautiful, yeah, he's more beautiful than me. So I'm comparing myself with other guy who is also beautiful. But the strange, Krishna, He Himself don't know how beautiful He is. Because the beauty of Krishna will never diminish. The beauty of Krishna is Asma Ordam Ananya Siddhim. The beauty which never fades. The beauty which enhances every moment. Asma Ordam. Who's saying this? The beautiful woman of Mathura. When they saw Krishna, he killed one elephant. His name was Kuvelapid. Big, huge elephant came to kill Krishna, and Krishna just gave a punch. Kuvelapid died. And Krishna took the tusk of Kuvelapid like this and put on his shoulder and gave other one to his elder brother Balaram. What happened? The whole body was full of blood spots. Imagine if you pull the tusk of elephant, whole body is full of blood. Imagine if our body is tinged by blood all over, do we look beautiful? People will say, go take shower, you look horrible. And in that state, holding the tusk of elephant and blood all over, Krishna entered in the arena of Kamsa. And the beautiful women of Mathura, they saw the beauty of Krishna. Aha! So beautiful. And what they said? They said, Gopyas tapam kim achret yadahu sharupam lavanya saram asma ordam ananya siddhim dirgvi pivyanto anuswam durapam ekant dham yash shri ashwarasya. Oh, this is not an ordinary beauty. This is the embodiment of fame, opulence and beauty. This beauty which never diminishes. This beauty which always go high, more high, more high, more high. Every moment the beauty is increasing of Krishna. Every moment. How beautiful is Krishna is. How beautiful. So when I saw this lotus here in Guyana, it reminds me of this verse by Kunti. She said, Namo Pankaj Nabhaya, Namo Pankaj Maline, Namo Pankaj Netraya, Namaste Pankaj Angale. Oh Krishna, your feet not ordinary, beautiful like lotus. Your hands not ordinary, lotus hands. Your eyes not ordinary, lotus eyes. Your navel is not ordinary, lotus navel. Complete body from top to bottom is all beautiful like lotus. Big lotus. Krishna eyes are big, not short like us. Big, huge eyes like this, big. So that he can also see things, devotees behind him. Therefore you cannot escape from the love of Krishna. If you are in love with Krishna, he will see you. If you rose his eyes can go all the way in the back and can see you. You can't hide. And therefore he is attracting everyone and making everyone mad in that love of Krishna. Man mana bhav mad bhakto. So our Srila Gurudev used to give a very wonderful example of this. Once upon a time in Vrindavan, a newly married girl, when she entered home, her mother-in-law said, "Hey, daughter-in-law, you're just like my daughter, very darling to me." Yes, they say like that. It's rare. So, you are allowed everything, have access to everything in my home, but with some rules and regulations. You have to follow some rules and regulations. And there is only one, she said. Daughter-in-law said, yes, go ahead, mom. What I have to follow? She said, only morning and evening, these 2 times. Don't open window and look outside. That's it. She said, only this much. And what's so strange about this? She was not even aware of this. But if someone is not aware and you tell that person, then it becomes more suspicious. What's wrong in morning and evening opening window? But she said, I'm very new in this house. I should obey my mother-in-law, due respect to her. So she's watching from her room. Mother-in-law told me not to open the window and look outside, and she herself all the time opening window and looking something. What is that? She got so much inspired. Restlessness. I also want to see what is that. And one day in the morning she opened the window and she saw what? Krishna. She said, oh, this is what my mother-in-law is seeing. And moment this newly married girl, she saw the beauty of Krishna, her mind got totally stolen by Krishna. Anyone who looks towards Krishna, or even not looking, Krishna acknowledged everyone's attraction and everyone's love. It's just a matter of eyes. Just with eye contact, one can understand the feelings. There's no need to even say. Eye speaks better than words. She looked towards Krishna and Krishna looked towards her. But just by looking each other, love established. She got lost. Lost in love with Krishna. And now, she's like a lost person, always meditating on that beauty of Krishna. Aha, Namo Pankaj Navahaya, Namo Pankaj Malini, lotus eye, lotus label, lotus feet, lotus hand, so beautiful. What is the complexion of Krishna? Dark rain cloud. Varha Peedam, Natavar Vapyo, Karnyo Karnyo. Dark rain cloud. And just when there is lightning in the cloud, resembling to that lightning, Krishna is wearing Pitambar, the yellow garment, favorite of Krishna. Why it is favorite of Krishna? And why is fond of wearing yellow garment? Why not other? He wear others, but always he keeps this upper cloth as yellow. Pitambar. Why? Answer. Who's going to give answer? Mataji is very intelligent. Because Krishna always meditate on and love only Radharani. And Radharani complexion is what? Golden complexion. So that I can always remember Radha, Krishna wear that pitambar, the golden color upper cloth, Uttriya. To remember Radharani all the time. And what Radharani likes to wear? Which color outfit? Not you this time. Which one? No answer coming from the boys section there. Gents section. Blue? Really?
One side blue. Green.
Huh?
Green.
Green?
Yeah, because you have to look forward.
Because? She wears all color. She wears all colors. But blue is her favorite. And that is because the complexion of Krishna is blackish, bluish complexion. Varaha Peedam, Natavar Vapyo, Karnyo Karnikaram. He's very smart. Karnyo Karnikaram. There is a flower called Karnika. And he has holes in his ears. So many times he wears those earrings, long ones, short ones. And those earrings, when Krishna runs or moves, those earrings go to and fro and kissing on the cheeks of Krishna. Those earrings have also consciousness. They are not inert or matter like we have here, no feelings. Earrings have feelings? No. But the earrings which Krishna wears, they have all feelings. And what is their feel? oh, when Krishna will wear me, when Krishna will wear me, because when he will run, we will get the chance to kiss on his cheeks. Namam Vishwaram Sachidananda Rupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Vajamanam Yashoda Viyoluka Ladavamanam Param Vishamata Tatabutta Gopna. Those earrings always wants to touch the cheeks of Krishna. But Krishna is so tricky. No one can be more tricky than Krishna. There is a flower called Karnika flower, and there's two holes. Krishna wears this flower sometime in this hole and sometime on this hole of the ear. Why? Because Krishna is moving with his elder brother Balaram. And how Krishna has to indicate to his gopis where I am going to see you today. Balaram, elder brother with him, he cannot just say to gopis, so indication. When he wears flower on this hole, that's indication, today I will meet you in this direction. When flower is on this hole, today I am going to see you in this direction. So very clever. And this is the beauty described by in Srimad Bhagavatam, the beauty of Krishna. Varaha pidam natvar vapyo karnyo karnikaram vividravasam kanam kapisham vajantisya malam. He is wearing a garland called Vajanti. Vajanti mala. Long garland. The significance of that garland of Krishna is which goes from the neck to the knees. Long garland, thick one, and the beauty of that garland is made of string with 5 different color of flowers. That's the importance and beauty of this garland. Big thick one, from neck to the knees. 5 different color of flowers. Krishna wears those. That garland is favorite garland of Krishna. Always wear on his neck. What is that 5 different color of flowers? Meaning, the 5 different devotees' relationship with Krishna in Vrindavan. One are those on Shantras, another is in Dasyaras, then in Sakhyaras, then in Vatsalaras, then in Madhuras. I will elaborate on this tomorrow. What is the significance of these 5 different relationships and how serving Krishna or remembering Krishna under the guidance of these 5 different devotees, one gets perfection in an entrance into the loving service of Radha Govinda. So therefore, there is one aspect called God fearing. He is God. I am servant, of course. And I have to be always fearful from him. Why fearful? He is God, not ghost. He is beautiful. No fear. Another aspect is God loving. Our philosophy teaches how to love Krishna. So, the same procedure, offering tulasi, offering flower, offering any cooked item, water, etc. has to be with love, not duty bound. Now it's 12 o'clock, I have to give lunch to him. I have to do this. I have to do this. When the point comes, I have to, that means there is no love. A mother never think of the child, small baby, oh, I have to feed my child now. I have to bathe my child now. I have to clean my child. It's not I have to. She feels so loving and emotions by taking care of child, because there is so much love is there. This is what is required, and that's why we need to hear, according to Srila Gurudev, the activities, the pastimes of Krishna, what he performed in Vrindavan. There is no have to, there is loving to. So this newly married girl, she got lost in that one vision of Krishna. And she's always sitting like a lost person. And mother-in-law is calling out, "Hey, listen, listen." And she is not even hearing. She said, "Oh, I don't know what happened to my daughter-in-law. She gone crazy. She's not even hearing, she's not speaking. She's not happy, she's always sad and she's looking something, I don't know what's happening." Then some other ladies told her, "You always keeping your daughter-in-law in home, and that's why it's happening this to her. Let her go out, fresh air, and speak to other ladies, she will feel good." She said, "Okay. I tried many times, but she don't want to go out. Give her some household activities, some work." So the mother gave one scrubber and the pot to clean. And her mind is with Krishna, and she just scrubbing. And she broke the whole pot. Because mind is with Krishna. She said, "Oh, what happened to you?" Then someone gave advice. Give her one pot to fetch some water from the well. She said, "That's a good idea. She will go out and speak to other ladies, she will feel good." And a pot was given to her, and mother-in-law also gave someone's child to her so that she can play with child and she will feel good. To fetch some water from the well. Now what she did? She went to the well and she kept the child on that pot and throwing in the well. And all the ladies say, "Hey, what are you doing? Are you gone crazy?" So they took water, the child, brought back to home. Mother-in-law said, "I don't understand what happened to her." Then she came to know that she opened her window and what she saw? Krishna. All attractive one. She saw Krishna, and that's why now she is in love with Krishna. Just by seeing him, one glance on Krishna, she fell in love with Krishna. It's called love at first sight. The system came from there. She fell in love with Krishna. So we all longing, hankering to fall in love with Krishna. We see Krishna every day, but there is no love. Because we are seeking love and happiness, other objects. And consolidating all other objects and consolidating all the love and affection from everywhere and offering to Krishna while serving, offering a flower or tulasi or anything, praying to him. As we have in the songbook, Dehi tulasi tila Deha samarapinu Daya jani na chhado vivo Daya jani na chhado vivo Radha Madhav Bahuta minati karito. This is a beautiful song in the songbook. Taking tulsi in my hand, I offer myself to you, O Madhav, O Krishna. We offer tulsi because it is said we have to offer. That's why. We try to offer in a loving way. Small flower, Krishna loves lotus. His feet is lotus and we are offering lotus. So it gets oneness. Sometimes it is difficult to manipulate or understand is this is the lotus or the feet of Krishna, because they both resembles. difficult. His eyes are lotus. Anyway, many details are there. So it's time, as I told. It's already 8:30. I thought I only spoke 15 minutes. It's already 1 hour past. And that is because I'm so happy I can't explain. Because of the presence of all of you wonderful devotees here. So I'm thanking all of you that you all came, and I felt inspired to serve all of you by speaking some topics of Krishna, which is always auspicious for anyone who hears, who speak, or even one who not hearing or speaking, but even just sitting. Because this is the best place is also to sleep. The best place to sleep. Hearing Krishna, topics of Krishna, and when we chant Harinam, Mahamantra, is more powerful than any sleeping pills. It's true, I'm telling my practical experience. There's one Mataji, I have one center in India. One Mataji used to come and she has problem from years and years after marriage, she don't get sleep. 30 minutes, 1 hour, that's it. She tried all pathies, homeopathy, allopathy, Ayurveda, everything. Nothing happened. So that's why she always gets some headache and things like that. She asked me, Maharaj, is there any spiritual remedy? I said, very simple. I gave her one bead. I said, chant Hare Krishna. She said, any particular time? I said, yes. After your meal, dinner, 9 o'clock, start chanting this. And then you report me tomorrow. Believe me, I'm telling truth. She started chanting. She had meal, everything, and she told her husband, Maharajji told me to chant this, so I'm not going to speak to you or serve you or giving food, you take whatever you want. This is my time to eat and I'm going to sleep. He said, oh, you will sleep? Not possible. She sat on her bed and Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Not even one complete round. And she got very good sleep. She came next day and said, miracle, miracle. I slept 5 hours. What is this magic, she said. This is a tantrics? I said, no, this is not tantric. This is all about Krishna consciousness. When we chant holy name, when we chant Krishna, when we hear Krishna Katha, the mind, everything gets relaxed. When we get good sleep, when we get relaxed. When we are short-tempered or we are busy with something, mind is engaged, we don't get sleep. And that's the cause of depression. That's the cause of less sleep. And people have to go through so many medication for that. Try hearing one lecture and try chant Hare Krishna, you get very good sleep. So sadhus comes here, teacher comes here to awake us. Jiva jago, Gaura Chandra bole, Kato nidra jao maya, Pishachi rakole, Enechi oshadi maya, Nashimad lagi, Hari Nama Mantra, Lo tumi magi. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, Jiva jago. Get up, get up. No, I'm not sleeping. Mahaprabhu, why are you telling me to get up? There's one more point in this. Remember your school days. Every child do this. If a child is in deep sleep, it's very easy to wake the child. Deep sleep, and his or her mom goes to the room and he says, hey, get up, it's time for school. Oh, okay, yeah. Because deep sleep. But if child don't want to go to school and pretending to be sleeping, then even mother shouts, scream, whatever, because the pretenders is there. See the difference? Everyone is not in childhood. Everyone goes through this. Don't feel like going to school. Want to sleep. Small babies. And how much mother is shaking or screaming or shouting because pretending to sleep, not in sleep. And one who is in deep sleep is very easy to wake that person up. But one who is pretending is very difficult to wake. And what is our situation? We are not in deep sleep. We are pretending to sleep. That's why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all his devotees tried their all best. We are not getting that bhakti. We are not getting that inspiration because we are pretending to sleep. But those who are in deep sleep, like Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, when he came to Western world, New York, Boston, singing in the park with Kartal, Hare Krishna, those people, hippies, involved in drugs and all, this is called deep sleep. It's called deep sleep. And Srila Prabhupada, chanting Mahamantra, woke them. And they, oh yes, they got start chanting. Life change. And we, not in deep sleep, we pretending to sleep. Because we know everything, but still there is not so much strength and encouragement to follow that. And that's why what we have to do? Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Kayo, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi. Every day, hearing, speaking, every day. We need practice every day. And that's why we have this golden opportunity to have everyone here in Sri Radha Govindji Gaudiya Math. And we are inaugurating this. How the inauguration happens? Just only through yajna, the fire sacrifice. That's an important role, of course, but there's also something along with that fire yajna is chanting, sankirtan and Krishna Katha. Chanting together, congregational chanting of Mahamantra and hearing and speaking of Krishna Katha. So inauguration has already begun today. In other places inauguration is 1 day. Here inauguration is 7 days. Gopal Prabhu opened his heart for 7 days. Inauguration. How inaugurating? With glorifying Krishna right in front of Radha Govind Dev. With his pastimes, inaugurating this. So with this inauguration, we get initiation. Initiating the process of Krishna consciousness in the heart, the bhakti in the heart. So, two things happening simultaneously. Inauguration of the temple and inauguration of the heart. This temple is so beautiful, we have to make our heart also beautiful. Only and only ways, Krishna Katha. Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Loudly, one more time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, all of you. And please try to come tomorrow again. And every day we are going to have Kirtan, Hindi bhajans and some Gaudiya bhajans as well as some Krishna Katha every evening here. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anything to say? Any announcement? We can end up with, if there is no announcement, just 2 minutes, Mahamantra, and we end up, right? You have announcement? Oh, Aarti, yes. By the time you prepare Aarti, Pujari ji, be ready for Aarti? Yes. Mridanga, please.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Yes.
I'm asking you to please accept my humble pranam to you. I must say, despite of all the COVID, despite of all the circumstances in the world, you out of your schedule, you choose us in Guyana here to come and give us some sort of pleasure.
Because I love Guyana.
Yes, I am so grateful, and Sripad Govina Gaudimat, everyone is so grateful to you, Maharaj. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Yeah.